Hey guys, Kari today with another YouTube video. How you guys doing? Today I got you the matchup guide, and I'm just gonna talk through every matchup. I'm gonna have everything timestamped, so if you guys need to see, you guys just want to see like a specific matchup, maybe we're going to game. You just go to it. Either way, let's just start with some hard ones. Leesin. Why is Leesin a hard matchup? Because one, he stat checks you. Two, his kick counters your ult and kind of just like it's like no counterplay, honestly. If you get like hit on jumped on by Leesin and he's like on you, he's sticking onto you, and he does like his QRQ when you get lower, like it's just a one shot. So what you have to do in this matchup as Kindred is that you need to use the walls so you can like kite him and like just space him and make him a bit dizzy. You must make sure you're building HP. You need to be going like items like Triforce first item, or you go Cleaver second item. You need Tabas. You need some kind of armor also. You can outscale the champion, but you know, just try not to like fight it one-on-one, one-on-one, like 1v1. And also, I'm going to talk about these matchups in isolation, not like 2v2s, 3v3s, because I think there's understanding who you lose to and who you can like invade and who you can fight. It's pretty good as a jungler, so I'm going to do it more specifically on isolation. So you want to avoid Leesin as much as you can 1v1, unless you have the first hit and you cheese a lot of early damage on him, because Kindred is a pretty high damage champion. So if you get like the first hit and you have like some kind of a good item advantage, you can win the 1v1, but you need to be able to have the first hit on him. Otherwise, he will just stat check you. If he has better items than you, he will just, if he lands 1Q, you are most likely dead. So try to play with your team. You are an AD carry, so in backline, you will always do more damage than Leesin, but if you get hit by abilities and you get chunked out, I mean, you would just lose. Another matchup. Let's just put Poppy up here. Poppy in isolation, you can win it, because I mean, you should win damage-wise against Poppy. It's just that, like, Poppy is annoying, and she can like cheese you a lot and just cheese damage. Like if she goes phase rush, she just like ease you onto a wall, stops your dash, does all that, and then chunks you and then walks away. Like you just get like literally bitch slapped in game, and nothing you can do about it. If she goes like full lethality, she can actually one shot you. Goes like bruiser, she's like kind of hard to kill in the early game. So Poppy like is just, her theme is to counter champs with dashes and like be annoying, and it's like hard for a Kindred to really deal with in isolation. But like, you know, if you don't give her a stun angle and you like kind of bait her eating you and it misses like the wall because you position well, you can kill her 1v1. Alright, let's do a playable matchup. Actually, let's do one more hard, and I'm gonna fill it out, and yeah, we finish it up. Pantheon. Hard matchup. This champion is called the lobby admin, because he can do every job in the game. He can farm, he can be tanky, he has a semi-global ult, he has great skirmishing. Like, this champion has like no real weakness, to be honest, like in current meta. So as Kindred, you completely want to avoid Pantheon 1v1. He can press E and the damage from E disappears. Like playing champs like Kha'zix and like Pantheon, Kindred, like two champs I'd like to play a lot. If he just E's your main damage ability, like he's just up on damage in the 1v1. It's really annoying. And then he also has a CC ability, which is like, it's just too crazy of a champion. Like just completely avoid his champion 1v1 at all costs, and just avoid it and play the 2v2, 3v3. If he focuses your teammate and uses abilities, that's your time to shine. You kill that guy. So remember, like, one mindset you need to keep in mind is that you're an AD carry champion, so you want to make sure the abilities aren't used on you, so you can output the most DPS. But of course, in some cases, you playing the front line, eating abilities, baiting them out, using your ult, can be the case, right? So I would say for the Lillia matchup, it's like that. This matchup is like, honestly, it's like kind of farming. Thing is like, you can like win. So farming / like win. So actually, let's make this easy to understand, right? So let's do an easy matchup. An easy matchup to me would personally be like Nunu. Honestly, it's just Nunu. Why is Nunu easy? Well, one, you can invade him, which will screw over his early game where he is the most useful. Two, you will always win the stat check. Three, like, if you counter gank him, I mean, it's like the case for most junglers. You counter gank him, you will just beat him, and you will win the gank, and you can win the game. Four, like, this champion cannot really deal with Kindred. Nunu players usually have perma-banned Kindred in the past. I don't know what they banned now, because I don't think they banned it right now, because people don't really play the champion. But when Kindred was a lot more meta, and I was playing a lot of Challenger, every Nunu OTP, like Pentalist, would always ban Kindred. Because this champion loves volatility, loves stable game. It loves any kind of game state, to be honest. As long as it's in her control, she's so happy. She can play volatile games and just pick up kills, and then she just runs over the whole map. She can farm and scale in peace and play for marks and just 1v9 the game because like she's an AD carry. So like this champion is just very like flexible, so to say. So Nunu to me is a very easy matchup. And another matchup I would say is quite easy would be like Zac. Very similar to Nunu. Can't really punish you. You can evade it, and like you just always beat the 1v1. And like these champions need to gank more. And like while you're farming, you just think about what lanes they can gank. And if you get the invade off, or if you get invades off early, which is like a lot easier against these champions, you can just track them, and then like you can just deny their plays over and over, and like play for their camps and make them homeless in the game. So like, yeah, Zac, another champion like that. Mundo, another champion that Kindred wins. The only downside of this matchup is that Mundo farms like 20 seconds faster than Kindred. It is what it is, but if you go Kraken, Cleaver, Bork, like the best tank killing build, which is really strong now, you will kill him no matter what Ruby Crystal up on you. Like if he's Ruby Crystal up on you or whatever component, it doesn't matter. You will kill the guy. Okay, so now let's do farming slash win. Farming slash win would be Lillia. Okay. It can go either way, to be honest, because Lillia ult is kind of insane, but Lillia cannot punish you as a champion, and if she ever makes a mistake and she's in a bad spot, like she's like, she gets caught, or like she's invading you and you're there, like you just kill her straight up, because like this champion cannot really land W, because you have 3 Qs if you use it well. Like if you QW, you have like 3 Qs. You can dodge her main core abilities, and you just stat check her. Like Kindred is just an insane stat checker, especially that you can dodge abilities. So like some champions where their key abilities are important, let's say like Jarvan EQ, right? Lillia W, like if you just dodge his abilities, like you just win. It's just that. So just make sure you have a QSS or Wits End or Merc Treads, or even like 2 out of 3, and like so you don't get Lillia ulted and die. And you can't carry the fight because your ult can do very well against her ult in the later stages of the game, so keep that in mind. Farming slash win. I'm gonna do one more in this one, and then I'm gonna fill out the other tabs and do the rest of the champions. I would say Viego. I think this matchup is Kindred favored. So let's say like this is like 60-40, I would say. Oh my god. This is like 60-40 matchups, I would say. Like favored for Kindred. Viego to me is a Kindred favorite matchup, because one, if you ult the target that he's trying to reset off of, I mean, it's really good for you. If you guys watched the video yesterday or the day before, actually no, I was there to Trundle, but it's like kind of the same concept. Like Trundle and Viego, they ults, right? Like Trundle ults their targets. Actually, let's talk about Trundle in a bit. I'll do it right after Viego. So basically your ult can deny the reset, which is very important. And of course, like this could be like a complete comp thing. Like but in isolation, like your ult counters his ult in theme wise. And then in terms of damage, like you always will out DPS of Viego. Viego's like not that insane in the 1v1 unless he's like ahead. He is a keep winning champion, meaning like he wants to be ahead of the curve. He doesn't want to lose a single fight. He wants to keep winning every single fight. That's how Viego tends to win. Of course, sometimes like the Viego team can be behind. If they get one reset, they can randomly win too. Of course, that can happen. Like yeah, but it is more of a keep winning champion in most cases, and Kindred like can deny that very hard because her ultimate is so OP into those kind of themes. Like Kindred just denies you your win con. That's how you have to think about it. Like it just stops the enemy team. Like what enemy teams think when you see Kindred, like think about the Kindred. If the verse one, they're like, damn, if we try to go so hard for someone and she Kindreds, we just get baited into a bad fight. You know, something like that. And pretty much things like that. So you can evade this champion. You can fight him. You can also dodge his key ability, which is W, which CCs you, and then he will get damage on you. But you can dodge it, and yeah, you should be able to just stat check it. Let's do Trundle now. Trundle, I would say, is quite easy. But the thing is, like, he's so OP though because of his early ganking. But honestly, we're talking about an isolation, right? Like, I would say he's very easy compared to the other two because I think. Actually, let's just put it in 64 because I think he's just an OP champion. So Trundle. So I was talking about earlier about his ult, right? So if he ults a target, right? So in my video yesterday, I was taking a 2v2. Trundle ulted my Cassante. I let the Cassante get low enough to where I then ult him, and then he, after my ult ends, he all outs. Like he presses R, and then we just wiped him. Basically, if he ults a tank, which is what Trundle usually will do. If you ult your tank when he gets lower and lower, and he's like 1 HP, and then you, like very low, and then you ult him, and then you keep your tank alive, you will probably win the fight. Because Trundle's job is to get rid of your frontliner a lot of time. Or just like really one-shot that single targets, you know? You just like mog him as a Trundle side. So Kindred can really help deny that from happening. And in 1v1, like, I mean, you can Q his pillar, Q over his pillar. You should be able to out DPS him if you don't let him be on top of you, but like you have to really cut him, you know. Do not stand melee range of him, basically. So keep that in mind. Ekko, I think Ekko's a very easy matchup. He literally cannot punish you. You stat check him all the time. You can dodge his W with your Q if you're mindful of it, and yeah, I mean, like you just kill him 1v1 the whole game. Master Yi. Okay. In isolation, I would say it's very hard. I never really struggled with the matchup, so I'm gonna put it in kind of go either way, because I like Master Yi. The main way you usually lose to the matchup is you like get cheesed randomly in the bush, and like he just kills you, which you should respect in the first place. And two, it's like you let him do like the level 2 pathing, where he does like his red, and then he just comes in your jungle and takes your stuff, where he just kills you on your like on the camp. As long as you are aware of those things, because that's like the only way you really lose this matchup in 1v1. Like you should be able to outscale him, and well, outscale. I mean, yeah, like you should be more useful in most cases, as long as this champion doesn't randomly like get his duel. Like this champion's a duelist, so he wants to find people to duel. If you don't give him those opportunities, he's a pretty useless champion, especially if you have CC. If you don't have crowd control, I think you might have lost. But yeah, that's just Master Yi. Next matchup, Udyr. Udyr, very easy. It's like the same as the others. Like he can't really punish you. You always win the 1v1 stat check, and like if you go cracking cleaver and whatever, like you will always like kill him in the game. Like he's never actually that tanky. Like Kindred is just a great champion. It can kill tanks. It can it doesn't really just lose matchups 1v1 if you can avoid it well, and you have good composition, and like yeah, you can invade and just get marks, and then you just like scale into the game. Like marks are just so OP to play for. Okay, Shaco. I mean, should I put in hard? I mean, I perm at Shaco in general, no matter what I play, because I hate playing against like the level 2 cheese where like my guy just puts 3 boxes on his raptors and he's just on top of your level 2 while you didn't even finish your buff yet, your first camp. It's just like the most cringe like attack ever. And sometimes you can't just walk in to break his boxes. So like usually Shaco matchup, you want to try to break his boxes level 1 so he doesn't get that cheese off. And like 2, like after that, you want just to make sure you don't get level 3 cheesed, level 2, level 3, level 4 cheesed, and make sure he doesn't get his first gank off. Because like, I mean, it's just a very snowballing matchup. Like whoever snowballs will most likely win. But Shaco is a champion that can throw, because like its kit is very all-in. Like, I mean, it does have an ult to escape, but it's just a very cheesy champion. I would suggest permabanning it because it's very annoying, but maybe in low elo you don't experience cringe Shaco players like I do. A lot of the Master Plus Shacos are very cringe to play against, so yeah, I mean, just Shaco things. Playable. I would say Kha'zix is very hard to play because One, if he ever finds you, he will kill you. You can be up a component on him or whatever, but he will still win with a 1v1 if he finds you in isolation. So you just want to keep in mind, level 3 invade, don't get cheesed. Make sure if there's an area that's dark, do not walk by yourself in that area. Simple as it is. And buy a cloth armor, buy some HP, and bait the Kha'zix to go onto you so your team can deal with him. But yeah, avoid 1v1 at all costs. Usually the hard matchups, you kind of want to avoid the 1v1 a lot of the time. Yeah, Karthus. I mean, Karthus should be a very easy matchup. I'm going to put in farming win. Because Karthus... Okay, when you think about Karthus ults and his passive and then your ults, you would think like, oh, you just straight up counter it. But honestly, sometimes the Karthus can counter you. He can like full send it onto you, force you to burn ults, and if he dies, like, doesn't die, or like, well, yeah, if he doesn't die and you already ulted, most likely there's a good chance you can lose the fight, because like then he will die after your ult ends. You'll be his passive, he will throw all his abilities, press R, and then you just lose the fight. Like if it's just like your ult to his ult, you can win. Like your ult is pretty good to his ultimate, but if he like sends it for you, oh my god, I said the word. I need to cut that out. Either way, if he sends it for you, and he just like throws all his abilities and like goes 1-for-1 and then presses R, like that's really good for the Karthus. So make sure that you don't give him that angle. That's the only way Karthus can really be impactful versus Kindred ult. But in terms of isolation, like if you ever find this guy, you just kill him pretty much, because you can dodge his Qs with your Q or good movement. And then damage wise, like you just stat check him. Like again, the word stat check is just going to be very used a lot in this video. So yeah. Next champion. Let's see. Okay. I think this matchup is very hard, to be honest, but I'm going to put... I think it's easier than Kha'zix. So, Rengar, don't just fight it one-on-one, like 1v1. You need to avoid it a bit. And make sure he doesn't get the low 3 cheese off. Rengar is notorious for the low 3 invade. He's like his red side and he just walks in your jungle. So, make sure that doesn't happen. Make sure you have a ward. If you can't, then be careful while you do it. When you're on our wolves, like if I open up... this, right? If you start like the red side reds, you're doing all these camps, that's really ugly, not a lie. Okay, you're like, oh my god, that is not the correct thing. If you do these camps, right, and he's doing the same thing, and he wants to walk in your jungle reds, and you're like walking into, try to make sure you can get a ward here, or you like someone could ward here. And so you can see it coming. And if he's here, try to bring your team, try to fight together. But yeah, try to avoid one-on-one isolation fights. You can use the wall, but like of course, like he has bushes, he can just jump on you, and then like he flash, then he can jump on you with the bush, and it's like very annoying. But yeah, just keep that in mind when you play against Rengar. Kayn. I feel like can go either way and playable is like literally the same thing. I'm gonna be honest. Okay. Farming. 60-40. Zed matchup. Zed can punish you. So. And you can invade him quite easily. And you should win. So just farm and scale in the matchup for free. You can never really be one-on-one. Just make sure to ping out wherever he is, because he does have tempo on everyone on the map. So yeah, don't give him that free angle, you know? Wukong, I would say, is playable. I think it can go, honestly, it can go either way, but it's like Wukong matchup. You want to make sure you don't hit your Q ability versus it, because if he presses ult and you Q, he will cancel your Q, right? So make sure you always have a Q prepped. So you can kite him. So make sure you don't waste it. Like if you do end up getting if you do end up queuing and he cancels it, make sure you have another one ready. Like, so basically use your WQ very well. And 1v1, you have to bait out his decoy bits. And you should be able to win the one-on-one. His decoy is the main way of him being able to even like get good 1v1 kills. So don't give him those angles to where he's able to get onto you. Oh my god, Bel'veth. Bel'veth is one of the hardest matchups in the game. Bel'veth actually counters most of my champ pool because she's the queen of stat checking and invading. So yeah, this matchup, you can outscale it, but in isolation it is very tough because she beats you 1v1. If she ever gets on top of you, you're just dead. And she can just make the game very volatile, which is honestly, you know how I said like Kindred likes volatility, she likes stable, but like Bel'veth is like way better at a volatile game than Kindred is. Same thing with like Shaco in certain circumstances. So Bel'veth just like mogs you. Like you just honestly, it's like a Bano champion, or you just dodge. Like it's just so hard to play unless your comp like literally counters their comp. I hate playing this matchup. I just hate it. But like no one really plays this champion. And to be fair, for me personally, there's only like a couple of good like 1 or 2 Bel'veth players that are even good on North America. The rest of them are trash. So like I don't mind playing the matchup if I know I'm not playing Challenger. Because if I'm playing Challenger and I see a Bel'veth lock in, I know who it is, and like it's like so hard to play because this champion is just so OP played well. Like, and most master players, most diamond players, people below Challenger who play this champion do not know how to pilot this champion. Like, if you're not the certain ID tags that I know that play this champion well, you are terrible at this champion. I'm sorry to say it. Like, none of you actually know how to play Bel'veth properly. So, yeah, just try to avoid the 1v1. Make sure she doesn't get early level cheeses, and like good words for that, I would say. Let me erase everything. Good words here, 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 here. Like, make sure you avoid entrances pretty much. Kayn. I'm put him playable. Honestly, you can win it, you can lose it. Red Kayn, a lot easier to play against. No form. Oh, let's talk about no form Kayn. No form Kayn, I mean, you just kill it. Like, he can't beat you. Just make sure he doesn't get he doesn't do the raptor cheese on you. So keep that in mind. Keep your raptors warded. 2. Also, actually, before I move on for that, when he does the raptor cheese, which is the most common cheese, I can talk about other cheeses, but like, make sure he doesn't get over this wall for free. Always check this bush. And you can always ward, like, here. This area pretty much cover, because usually the Kayn will walk in like this. Because he wants to, like, kind of, like, sneak it in, right? So this ward can cover both sides. You can put his ward a bit down in the middle, but, like, it will cover both sides. So make sure you do that. And yeah, that's pretty much it, honestly. Like, there's other Kayn chases where you can start his raptors and then just go here. So there's that. But yeah, usually it's just this like level 1 cheese. Just keep in mind, pretty much. And red Kayn, I think it's like really easy to play against. Just make sure you don't get hit by his W and you're chilling. Blue Kayn only feels bad when he hits like 3 items and he starts like, he's pretty much god mode. Like, Blue Kayn's very OP 3-4+ items, so yeah. Early on it's like a bit playable, but then the longer the game goes, the scarier it gets. Make sure you don't get chunked and like be forced to use ult. Also, his ult outlasts your Kindred ult, so yeah, very annoying, but that's just how Kayn is. Dana. Playable. It's just a very farming matchup, very tempo. Honestly, it can go either way. You should be able to like beat it 1v1, but like Dana's not bad at dueling. So if she lands Q and like is able to stick onto you, so yeah, just be careful with this matchup in terms of tempo. Like, she wants to farm a lot, just like you do, but if you can catch her on her camps and fight her when she is weak, it's pretty good. But if she farms up and she like gets to items where she can actually fight people back, because she is very good at fighting people back, then and stick onto people and like have good playmaking, then you have a rough time in this matchup. But usually you can just go for free by Kraken, Cleaver, Woodson. Just do that build and you'll be chilling. You can counter her ults with your ults, technically, so. But make sure that like you can get her ult off before or after she ults, because like she can play the one shot. Maybe she has a one shot comp with the also, or like maybe you're tanky enough to where you can just like bait her to engage on you, live with 1 HP, and you press ult, you know? Next matchup, Brands. You know, I would put Brand in easy, but I'm gonna put it here because, you know, I've remembered playing against Brand when he was OP, and also he's getting buffed again, by the way, guys. Like, he might actually be back in the meta, but either way, I remember killing his Brand a lot. But if he got like 2-3 items and he just group it to his team, like, he's still pretty useful. Like, this champion is just the king of kind of being useful, but like, you can like spawn kill it the whole game. But if he ever like gets gold back, like, he can come back and do stuff. But like, yeah, in isolation, like, you should be able to just to invade him, and he can't do anything about it. You can dodge his key abilities, his W, his Q, and you just like, I mean, just kill him. Like, the champ is so easy to kill. It's so fragile early game, actually. So, well, actually, he's easy. He's just easy to beat. Another matchup. Briar. Briar. I mean, personally, I think Briar is easy, but I'm gonna put him playable because Briar, I think the one thing people get caught off guard is their like very high burst damage, because I definitely get caught off guard by it sometimes, because I mean, some people, I feel like Briars just don't all take PTA. When I notice Briar take PTA and then go Titanic, I mean, they all go Titanic, and I see that burst combo on me, I'm like, holy, what just happened on my screen? Like, I literally just lost like half my HP, and like, that can catch people off guard. But the reason why I think it's like easier to play, because you can dodge his E, which I think is like the most key ability to dodge in the early game. I think the Q is like so whatever early game, and the W. But like, if you dodge the E, like, you can't really die. You should be able to beat her basically. And she doesn't have enough damage in the early game to like just burst you. It's only when she hits like her first item and she's like a bit ahead, she can like be annoying and just like chunk you out and stuff. But I could see like Briar being not bad into Kindred in certain points, especially if you're like a bit more of a noob, because like you can like, if Kindred Ors and you have Briar, you can like E people out and stuff. So it's definitely something that can not be bad. But in isolation though, I mean, you kind of like just kite Briar and you can dodge Z, so it's kind of just how I view it. Okay, next matchup, Talon. I think Talon can go just either way, because I mean, if Talon's like Shaco, like if he snowballs, gets kills, like, and he gets ahead of the curve, it's so annoying to play against Talon. And in terms of 1v1, you kind of just need to be mindful of getting invaded. Most common invades, I would say, on this champion is the level 3 invade, and it will be like, let's say you guys both start your red side camps, right? He can invade you on the wolf camp, so you need to keep that in mind. You can invade on the blue camp, keep that in mind. He can full clear and then like sit in this bush and like invade you, etc. Like, he can do any type of invade. It's pretty annoying when you verse a good Talon player. So yeah, try to build armor and buy HP. Nidalee, I would say, is just playable. Honestly, it's a skill matchup, I would say. Oh, this is what playable should be actually. It should be skill. What is even skill matchup for Kindred? I feel like there's like no real skill matchup nowadays, not really. It used to be Graves, but Graves is too shit of a champion, I think. Yeah. Nidalee, I would say, you can go, like, you can dodge a spear, she can cut you. Both of you are very mobile, so it's honestly kind of a skill matchup. I'm gonna add the row actually. Like, the champion, yeah, you guys are kind of the same identity. Like, to be honest, if you know how to play Kindred, you should be able to pick up Nidalee. And I've actually been playing Nidalee a lot recently, so I will be making Nidalee Calling hopefully in the near future, because I actually love playing the champion right now. And like, it feels like so like nice to play. It's like actually like Kindred on like crack sometimes, like Nidalee, like, because it can be so chaotic from like early on. So yeah, both of you guys are very mobile. Both of you guys have decent damage. If you do ever get on top of her, you do just like kill her 1v1. You do stat check her, but she can like cut you. She can like push you out, spears, traps. You know, she's like a champion that kind of like pushes champions out and chunks you. So Of course, 1v1 she will lose, but her job is to track you and like chunk you and push you out. That is Nidalee. She's like kind of a tracking jungler, honestly. And yeah, talking about skill, Graves used to be a skill matchup. Honestly, maybe it is at times, but to me, Kindred is just a better Graves. But of course, if Graves snowballs, if he becomes Jeff Bezos in the game, he has too much gold, he will just maul you. He will just crit you to death. So it's a very feast or famine like matchup. It can go either way. It's literally farming. Like whoever gets more gold will most likely win. But usually Kindred outscales in isolation because like you scale better because you can buy crit also, and also like your ultimate is just way more OP than Graves' ultimate, honestly. But it honestly, like, it depends on comp, of course. Evelyn, I would say, is very easy. I mean, you just stat check her, you can buy Wit's End, and your ultimate can counter her ultimate. Simple as that. It's only cringe if the game is too volatile and she gets like 50 kills, but that's just life. Xin Zhao, playable. Xin Zhao is a hard matchup, but I think it's harder the higher elo you are, like challenger, maybe high GM, and if the comp is really good, Zen, because Zen is usually good into range champions because of your ultimate. You can stick onto him, press R, and then you can't get hit by range champions. And Kindred is a short range champ, so like you kind of have to like go very close range with him, so that's why it's a bit scary. But you can play it if you have a good comp and you just like play like an 80 carry and you have frontline. So yeah, I mean, Kindred is an 80 carry with a lot of mobility, which is like very OP if you are in a good spot in the game. So yeah. Jax. I think Jax is like, is it hard? I think it's hard. Jax should be hard because of his E, and he kind of stat checks you. But the thing is, like, if he uses Q at the start of the fight, sometimes it's not always a good thing. If you have a wall, you can use Q over. If you don't, then it's pretty hard because it's hard for you to just like Q out of his Q sometimes, because he can let go his E anytime and just stick onto you. And if he has like items that like phage whatever, where he gives a movement speed and Qs onto you always with the E's, and you can't really like get out of it. So you kind of need like tier 2 boosts and plus like H phage yourself, and like honestly just play with your team. Just try to avoid 1v1, and if you do 1v1 it, make sure you have a wall you can hop over. So you bait out his Q ability, then hop over the wall and then hit him. Warwick. This champ is like mastery. I feel like mastery and Warwick are literally like the same thing. Like he will cheese you, he will play like a maniac, he will cheese, and if he doesn't, you should be able to outscale it. That's how I feel. Like both champs are just so cheesy. Jarvan, I would say it's quite easy. I mean, you kind of stat check him. He can't really deal with you. He can dodge his key ability with his EQ ability with your Q, and yeah, I mean, I feel like champ is very easy to play against. He can't really punish you as long as you make sure you have wards early game, so he doesn't get like the Jarvan cheese off. So good wards would be level 2 invades. You know, you can even ward for level 3 ganks. Like here, make sure like these are wards you get, especially rewards. Because if he has level 2 invade off, if you know it's happening, you can punish him by taking his camps, fighting him, etc. Because you're better at 1v1ing than he is. Kindred is a very good 1v1er until you meet these guys. But yeah, most other champions you should be 1v1. Olaf, farming / easy. I think before it used to be a tough matchup because like Olaf like can lane invade you and it's like nothing you can do about it. And he can like split the map, make the game chaotic. So it's a very farming matchup. Make sure he can't just invade you level 1. And later on, I think it's like whatever, you can like cut him out with your Q, use walls. Usually he will run Ghost. If he runs Flash, yeah, just keep using the wall, keep cutting him, and make sure to build Kraken in this matchup. You should build Kraken in a lot of matchups, to be honest. Usually in bruiser matchups, you want to try to build Kraken in most cases. Go Kraken Cleaver, so keep that in mind. I think Qiyana can be a skill matchup. I think if Qiyana player is very good at using grass, using ice, and good at using her ult, it can go honestly either way. She can snowball very hard and be very annoying in the game, so yeah, pretty skill matchup I would say. But you can punish it early. It can go either way, to be honest. Like, but like to me, skill is like you can like outskill her, right? But like I feel like for Kangaroo either way, it's like very flippy. Like I think these champs are very flip to play against. Not a lie. Because I mean, look at these champions. They pick up kills or whatever, get early cheeses, they snowball. If you don't get those cheeses, aren't they just useless? Like actually, aren't these champs useless, by the way? So I mean, Rengar can scale. Don't get me wrong, but most Rengar players don't scale. Sorry to say that. Rammus should be hard, but if you go Kraken Cleaver Bork, you should be fun. But yeah, pretty hard matchup to play. I mean, he presses W, can't hit him. Yeah, say more about this matchup. Just farm and scale and hope people can beat out his W so he can kill their whole team. Simple as that. Hecarim, playable. My playable and not like easy or farming win because I think this champion is in a very good spot. But Kindred has always done good into Hecarim because he can go Cleaver, or not Cleaver, Kraken. Kraken just counters Hecarim really hard. I always go Kraken in Hecarim matchup because the damage for me really matters to make the Hecarim not just straight up stat check you if he has 3 stacks on his Q. And if you buy HP after that, with like some armor, you can actually just mog the champion 1v1. So, like, chunking the Hecarim very early on the fight with Kraken is very good, so he's not able to get a very big like fight angle to where he's like hurting everyone with his Q3 damage and then like getting a good ultimate. So yeah, Kindred, just make sure you're standing in the midline of the fight and just keep chunking the Hecarim to where he can't get his ultimate off. If he does get his ult off, make sure to use your ult well on yourself or on your teammate, and yeah, the fight should be in your favor. Honestly, like, I mean, it's just, after seeing all that, like, it's just 60-40 matchup. Shyvana, easy. She can't deal with you. Just go Kraken. Like, dude, these champions, none of these champions can actually, like, punish you. That's why they're an easy. They can't punish you. Cannot. So, yeah, just invade them, outscale them, 1v1 them. Yeah, they can't do anything about it. Sejuani, same thing. She can't deal with you. 1v1. Mogger. Kindred. Or not Kindred, sorry. Bye. She can't beat you 1v1. Your ult counters her ult, pretty much. Like, it's very on theme in isolation. You always beat her. Sylas, another champion. Very easy. You always will beat him 1v1 if it's Sylas Jungle. You stat check him. Boom. Mordekai's Jungle. Stat check again. You can dodge his Q ability, his E, his Q, his key abilities, QE. A lot of damage, a lot of CC out of the way. You stat check him. Go Kraken. Cleaver, what's on? Gragas, another champion. Very easy in isolation. He cannot deal with you 1v1. He can dodge his E. He can dodge his ult potentially. You stat check him. The only way he can even like deal with Kindred if he randomly gets a lot of kills and he just has a lot of AP. That's literally the only way. So, but that's like bad gameplay from the whole team in general. But in isolation, you always win the 1v1. Is there any more matchups like that? This Skarner should be like that. Also, very easy to play. You can dodge the E. Make sure you just don't get pinned to the wall and you're fine. Another easy matchup. I think that's it, no? And Morgana's very easy. I mean, just dodge her binding and she's useless, pretty much. Okay. Elise. Can go either way. You see there's a common theme with the can go either way. If they don't get early plays, if you're able to play around it, they're very useless. TLDR. Imern, it's just annoying. I don't want to put him in the list. He's just annoying. Like, to be honest, the guy is just doing, like, you should just perma invade the guy and just give him, just annoy him. You can level 1, level 2, level 3 invade. Just make the matchup annoying. Or you just farm, but make sure he doesn't, like, cheese your camps while you're farming. Like, he can do a path where, let's say he's blue side, right? You can, like, mark his camps like this. And you're just clearly like la-di-da-di-da, you're like farming here. And my guy can just like go here, smite this, take this, smite this, recall. And like you're gonna walk here, pants down, you're gonna see that. And you're gonna walk, he's gonna walk here, take this, boom, boom. You're just down 2 camps for fun. Yeah, Ivern is just Very, very insane champion, I would say, for that case. So yeah, Mumu, I would say it's pretty easy in isolation. I mean, despite Merc Treads, by Woodson at some points, and yeah, your ultimate can counter his ultimate. I mean, so can he, but usually you should be pretty far ahead in the matchup early game, in my opinion, because you have more power while he doesn't. And yeah, he can gank, but if you were able to track him and then counter yank him, or just find him in his jungle 1v1, you just kill him, basically. Lillia, I would say it's like playable. I mean, honestly, Lillia, like Kindred, like Lillia's just getting into dash champs, and like she wants people coming into her. The best way to play this matchup is just to find her off guard in her jungle and just cheese her. That's the only way to really like win this matchup. But her front to back end is really good. Her team fight is good, you know, basically, and she scales very well, especially if she's into dash champions. So yeah, she has a great time in that way. Volibear. I feel like Volibear is playable, yeah. Basically, he just farms, make sure he dodges E, and you should outscale him in the game, but respect his early levels a lot. He has a lot of power in the early game. He has good diving power too at level 6, so make sure you don't get hit by his E. You can buffer his Q with your Q, so like when he's going onto you and he's like he pressed Q and he's like trying to CC you, if you Q on his CC animation, that's usually where he's Q is usually where he's gonna place his E. You can like Q his Q and then like basically buffer it, and you might be able to dodge his E. It's like a little small tip for you. Nocturne. I think it's just farming. Just farm. Make sure you track him and know where he can ult and counter his plays. Simple. 1v1 though. Be careful with his sphere. You might have to dash it out of it. Otherwise, he's a very good 1v1 champion, by the way. So make sure you don't get feared for free. And usually how you want to play it is get like poke damage on him, because your sustain is better than his, and then just like keep poking him out and pushing him out of the jungle, and then yeah, you can't play anymore. And he's a melee champion, so you can use walls to beat him. Nico. I mean, Nico, let me think about Nico. Is he easy? Okay, is it easy? Yeah, should be pretty easy, because I mean, I think you always just beat her 1v1. Yeah, should be pretty easy. Like, you stat check her and just dodge her E or buy Merc Treads, you should be fine. Or Woodson. Gwen, I think it's just a playable matchup. You can invade her early on, and I don't think she can really deal with you, but like, just remember, like, this champion just becomes lobby admin sometimes, where she gets like a lot of items and she just starts like running people down in the game. But you should be able to, all you have to do in this matchup is neuter her in the game, basically. As weird as it sounds, like, just make sure she doesn't get gold and keep shutting her down in the game. That's what you want to do. Same thing with the Fury. You want to just make sure you're farming well and just neuter your champion from getting kills in the game, and you can counter her ult with your ult. Zara, I would say it's a pretty skill matchup. Can go either way. If you don't get early invids off, she can like out tempo you. But that's like when Zara was like a lot more stronger in the game, and she can like out tempo the game and just like poke you out and push, like poke your laners out because she farms faster. So you want to try to get level 2, level 3 invades off and make her game very complicated for her to play. Maokai, in isolation should be easy. He can't really punish you, but yeah, it's so cute. Maokai, Fiddlesticks, I don't know, playable. You can invade him. You want to like track him. You want to be, it's like a Nocturne matchup. You want to track him. Sometimes it's hard to kill him though, because he can just Q you and then you can like drain. You can buy a lot of time, but you can't stat check him if you have good items. And yeah, make sure you're just tracking his ultimate. Make sure you have QSS in this matchup, because if he fears you and you can't get your ult off, it might be screwed. Teemo. Yeah, honestly, it might be a hard matchup. His button might be OP into you, so I'm gonna put him hard. I've never played against Teemo jungle, but I bet it's a bit hard, honestly. It can't even be that bad of a matchup, like no cap with jungles, so yeah. Darius, when it was OP, it was very hard to play. Honestly, it just can't go either way. Like if he snowballs, it's very annoying to play against. If he doesn't, you can play against it. But like, yeah, just be careful of him stat checking you with his unskilled kit. Rek'sai, Pretty easy to play with. I usually in Rek'sai matchup, I just go invade their red buff level 1 and just like laugh at him because his champion is useless and mine is not. And then his game is pretty much over. Because Rek'sai doesn't get early plays, and you know where he is pretty much the whole game. Like, he's useless. Or she is useless, sorry. I misgendered. Rumble, I mean, pretty easy. Farming, win. You just protect his overheat and just like cut out his abilities. He can dodge his E. And yeah, you just stat check it. It's pretty good. Pretty long video, I think. It's like 40 minutes or something. If you guys enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments below. If you think I wasn't too in-depth on some matchups, you can ask me in the comments, ask me in Discord DMs, Discord server, have a question, spot in my server. You can do that. But yeah, either way, like, hope you guys enjoyed the isolation matchup content. If you guys need more help on it, again, reach out to me. You guys can join the Patreon for coaching and so on and so forth. Yeah, hope to see you guys in future videos, and hope you guys keep enjoying the Kindred content coming out this month. Have a good day.